To lower the pop punk on both Streamlabs and on my own computer. Hello, I'm Jen, and much like how Mr. Rogers starts every episode of his show changing the sweaters, I have to start mine cleaning garbage off my desk. Casey in the chat, hello. Firsties on your behalf. I just got home from the gym. I did a short walk, 2 mile walk on the mill, as we call it. Whenever I tell Andy it's time to meet me for coffee, I say ODM, off the mill, in 5. So I went ODM on the mill and then off the mill. It's a gorgeous day here in Jersey City. Outside of Gen HQ, there's the sanding of cast iron gates being done, so I have to close the window, which is not great, but that's fine. And I got a lot of candle admin work done this morning. I finished copy and photographs and stuff, and so I have things that I've taken photos of. And yeah, Casey says I could finally watch one of these guilt-free now that I've shipped the redirects. I'll get into that. I'll show that off because congratulations. You got that up fast, and I know that you've been busting your buns on that stuff. Pomax 2 with the script. Trash on the floor. Oh, guess who finally woke up from his nap? He was in the same spot when I got home from the gym and grocery store as when I left him. Come here, Greg. Come here, you little creep. Hey, it's Puma. You have anything to say? He's looking outside at he's looking at the window that he probably wants to take his next nap of the day on, but he's probably thinking I'm stinky because I just got back from the gym and didn't change out of my gym clothes. He's so soft. Are you having a nice day so far? He's like, please let me go to the window. Yeah, I think I've cultivated a pillow duvet situation that has become far too comfortable for Puma Greg, to the point where I get out of bed and then he just stays there all day. I interrupt him often to keep him active, but today I went out. Did you have a good nap? He's real. I know he's acting like a plush, but he's just a soft guy, right? Tap the microphone. Puma Paw ASMR. Okay. I'll let you go down. Ooh. Okay, I'm making sure my chat is in the right spot. It is. Okay. Okay, so let's get into what I gotta do. I've got my drinks of the day, of the moment. I've got my almond milk iced latte, and I've got my green iced tea. And I chugged a bunch of water when I was on the treadmill, so I'll probably have to race like a piss horse in a bit, but it's okay. And what we're gonna do today is go over some glitch stuff. Let's take this claw clip in my hair before I get a headache. And rock. Cool. So, something I tried today finally is the script that Pomax had made. And for those of you joining, I'm working on migrating my glitch projects, because Glitch is shutting down project hosting on July 8th. And Pomax made a really cool bulk downloading script. And it's worked for me. There have been some like hiccups here, but it's like more like only thing I would probably like have to deal with. But if you save this download.py file to your computer, and you have Python and tar, which if you are on a Mac, you have it, and he goes into how to do it, you can invoke the script here. You need your user ID and your token, which he shows you how to get that. And then it downloads all of your projects. So I did that. And then the only limit I hit is that I have over 400 projects. So Casey, shouts out, reminded me that there's an order direction descending, because it downloaded the first 400 oldest projects I ever had, and I have over 700, so I have the script running now on the newer ones. It did fail because, and I'll share this like in the forum, no one has to deal with it now, but it does break when it hits a project that's suspended, and I have a lot of suspended projects because, as we've seen, if you've joined me in the past 4 episodes of Glitch and Gab, when I worked doing support, I would handle projects that are suspended, or like test them to like force them to suspend to make sure that our suspension tools had worked. So yeah, it's a cool tool, and it downloads all the assets, most importantly, from the CDN. I also there's a thing that Pomax calls out where if you have projects that date back to like the hyper dev days, the certificate, SSL cert for those domains like don't exist anymore, and so it fails on that. That probably doesn't impact too many of us, so I'm not gonna be like, fix it. Whatever. It's like 8 years ago. But yeah. Anyway, check that out. And then also, very exciting, as Casey mentioned in the chat, they rolled out creating redirects. And so while project downloads will be valid, will be allowable through 2025 this year, redirects will be through 2026. I am quite distracted by like things moving on my computer and the sounds outside. And if I didn't get friggin' headaches and vertigo from having headphones on my head, I would put them on, but it's fine. Anyway, go to support.glitch.com, look at the redirect your subdomains. I'm gonna try it out today. But yeah, this will allow you to redirect a project so that if someone goes to something that glitch.me, in the next year and a half, it will redirect to whatever you choose to send it to. So yeah, they'll support until December 2026. So yeah, here's my dashboard. Here's an example. Let's see, what have I moved already? I'm gonna open up .com. I'm gonna make sure that my display capture has this right window. Nova. Whatever. Okay. Submit glitch folder. Okay, candle math, for example. Candle math. Did I archive it? Okay, I'm gonna reactivate that. I'm gonna reactivate that as well. They have to be active. Candle math. Candle math. Create redirect. And this will be going to glitch/candle math. Save. Okay. So I don't know how long it takes for that to take place to work, but let's see. And then it goes from saying create to manage. Let me make sure this URL works. Yeah. Cool. So there you go. Actually, I'm gonna do it in my terminal. And the glitch on me. Here, I'll show you this. Here's my terminal. I ran curl v on candlemath.glitch.me, and we have location, the redirect. So that sounds like that should be what it's doing. But yeah. Let's get my terminal. This is not usually my terminal color. I have my terminal window change colors every time I open up a new window. It provides me a little chaos in my life, and also when I have multiple windows, I can just tell that it's different. So case studies should take 45 to 60 seconds, but sometimes it's faster. Depends on how quickly it propagates to your individual fastly point of presence. Okay. But yeah, cool. Thanks for putting that out. That was quick. I assume that will be maybe the last user-facing feature on Glitch to go out. So yeah. Okay. Let's get out of the forum. If you've been in the forum, people have been speculating on like why Glitch is shutting down, which has been pissed me off because it's just sometimes it's as simple as nobody wants to spend money on anything good for the world anymore. Nobody wants to work anymore. To quote the great philosopher Kim Kardashian. Okay, so what did we do yesterday? Yesterday, let me get my notes out. Yesterday we completed going through all of my projects from the year 2023. So today we are entering one of the wackiest years of glitch history. 2022. Wacky in a good and bad way. That was the year we got acquired by Fastly, so a lot of good people joined the team. Acquisition happened. And yeah, it was a lot. And so I know this is before glitch code jams, community code jams existed. I had hired someone to blog while I was going through due diligence for the acquisition stuff. And then doing a lot of presentations, so there's probably gonna be like demos and stuff like that I did present to Fastly exec and the internal team. Probably some demos on getting Glitch and Fastly's technology to work together, which was hard because they didn't have much JavaScript support back then. I don't think they have much JavaScript support now. I mean, they have it, but and yeah, so let's see what comes up. And then also just like doing a lot of support stuff. So let's go to the page where, here we go. MongoDB async, because I refuse to open it, is like the bookmark for that. Okay. December 22nd, 2022. This is like the week of Christmas. It's a Git import. It's probably me doing support because that was 2022. Fastly does like wellness weeks. And working in support, I worked through wellness week and I would take my like makeup wellness week like a week or so after. So during this week, I'm usually just like going through support tickets, which I enjoyed doing because I don't celebrate Christmas, so I just take it as like it's when everyone leaves me alone. Okay. Why stream? React Node Alternative Interface YouTube Live. Yeah, this is a support ticket deal, so we're going to archive that. Magnificent Obsidian Guide. Suspended. That was me working on suspension stuff, so let's archive that. Oh, Twitter glitch search. Cool, here we go. I wanted to talk about this. I said that end of last week, so I'm going to open these both. So I had mentioned that I did weekly community insights. I would like do like an internal newsletter. And I had a mega spreadsheet, one for each year, where I captured all mentions of glitch. With Twitter, there was a time where most of the developer community was on Twitter and they were sharing their glitch projects, and the API did not cost any money to use at the level that I, a mere community manager, was using it. And then blah, 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 like Elon Musk bought it and the API went up in price, and so I couldn't use it anymore. And then the developer community, at least the creative friendly developer community, pretty much kind of like tapered off from using Twitter. But during its heyday, it was really helpful. And so I built two utilities for it. There was Twitter glitch search. This searched for glitch.com and glitch.me on Twitter during a given date range and would generate a series of CSVs from the results. I, Jen, that's me, use this tool for collecting data on which glitch apps are being shared on Twitter. And so what it would do is And I had it private because I didn't want people to remix it and be like, it's broken, it's not searching, because I didn't want to, like, I didn't have the time to document this for open source use. And I wanted to, but then the API got borked. So there we go. Okay. A search of the future. So I would set the date, and because I was just using this, I didn't do like a fancy date picker. Also there were API limits, so I would do it like 1 week at a time, but if there was like a viral app that happened, I would have to do it just like a few hours at a time. And sometimes if we had like a super viral app, like when the Ever Ready, when like that ship got stuck in the Suez, and that one developer made the app that made you be able to put the ship wherever on a map. God, I forgot his name. I think it starts with a G. Really cool dude. When that went super viral, there were so many mentions of Twitter that I just had to like give up that week and be like, can't tell you what the insights were because that. But I was able to add names to ignore. Yeah. Anyway, I would hit search, and it would call the API 1.1. Oh yeah, and this is the query: glitch.com and glitch.me, and then I would remove stuff. So like Fetafinder was like going super viral when people were leaving Twitter and moving to the Fediverse. The BTS butter track counter, basically any app that the BTS fandom would make, was just shared so much that I would remove it from the query. And then the from date to date, blah blah blah. It would go through, create a CSV, and this is me just like fussing around, clearly. I was probably streaming with Tasha and like testing stuff out because I was showing her how to do stuff. Let's see, sharing CSVs, the hurdles. Oh my gosh, yeah, I had to like remove hurdle for a while. I guess I don't have any example files created in the CSV folder. Okay, I guess I delete the CSVs. Let me see. I would download the CSVs and write to the app. Where would it write to? CSV. Okay, it's just empty. I would delete it when it's done because also the CSVs got to be pretty big in size. But yeah, so okay. So then I had this big CSV of literally every mention of a glitch app. I would have all results and URLs only. Then I wanted to know what is just the distribution, the URL counter. So every week, Jen, generate a series of CSV files of tweets that contain glitch.com mentions in the format of the tweet ID, the username of the person who posted, and the glitch URL. This app takes that CSV and creates a new one of its frequency distribution in the format project name, its index, and count. And so I would take that CSV, and I have these right here. I would take the CSV, I pop it into here, and then I would just type generate in here, because that's just an endpoint. There's no interface, no UI for this, and it would add a distribution CSV. So these are from 2022. See, I didn't delete them from this because they don't take much space because it's distribution. It's not like if a hurdle was shared 500 times, that's 500 lines on the original sheet, but only one line on this sheet. So let's see. Let's pick a... This is February 2022. Let's find this week 3 years ago. It's June. Okay, actually, okay, so this is literally a distribution spreadsheet I made of glitch apps shared exactly 3 years ago. It's 2022, June 3rd. Okay, so then I would take this spreadsheet and put it into my insights Google sheet, and I would do the order. So, okay, let's see, what is the most, I bet you... Okay, Wordle was big. I see Hurdle, so I'm sure the most popularly shared... Okay, it was Hurdle SP, which I believe is the Spanish Hurdle, shared 375 times. Okay, how far back does this go? Let's see, the oldest one is January 2022. So yeah, Swirtle. Yeah, we were at like peak Hurdle Wordle times. Here. And then I could just tell people, like, I just like shared the spreadsheet, like, here's like the top apps that were shared. And it's just like a lot easier to see, catch virality, and visualize like what's being shared when it's done with like a frequency distribution versus like the full raw CSV. It's a freaking shame that the API doesn't work anymore, but I think that I'm gonna put that in not too old to care, because I could probably use this code, like the CSV stuff that I did, for something else. I was proud of those apps. It's a shame that Elon Musk ruined it for all of us. Anyway, yeah. Those are the only... So I've shown the Twitter search apps, the two of those, and then I had the word cloud app I showed a couple of streams ago that I used to show word cloud of Stack Overflow tags. I think those are the only apps that I've made to help with like the community insight stuff, and it's really like all one needs beside a spreadsheet. So good times. I'm gonna archive that. Okay, Mountain Belly. Let's open up all of December. Mountain Belly support scrap. Okay. This is like an import of the Node Beginner book. This is the 13th chapter. It was like an online book. This is definitely going in early days of Gareth. That's like pre 2018. Support scrap, which is probably just what it says, just scrap for me doing support stuff. Test assets. Okay. Don't know what I was doing there. Don't care. Gonna also archive that. Paint Vigorous Screwdriver. Probably just a remix. We're getting to like early December. You know what I should do? I should open up the blog to the time that I'm looking at apps to see what I was freaking up to. We're in December 2022, and we're going backwards. Okay. Okay, so I was probably working on starting up the last year on glitch superlatives for 2022. This looks like something Neil probably wrote. Glitch team, yeah. I wasn't writing shit like this. I mean, it's not shit. We love developer experience, but I was writing like about glitch apps. December 2nd. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, this is end of Fastly time. I keep thinking this is the December before the acquisition. This is after. But oh wait. I'll back up. Okay, so what is this? Test. Marty said, ooh, are project redirects possible right now? They sure are, brother! Go to your dashboard, create the redirect. And also hello and good afternoon. All the info is on support.glitch.com. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to here. Okay, what was I testing? I just added a markdown test, whatever. Mulberry. Casey wants to be, yeah, absolutely, Casey, you can be mod. Let me see. Add as moderator. Okay. Okay, Casey, I made you mod, so let me know if you can add links. Okay. Mulberry abstract dipple. Well, what do we think I was testing here? More testing. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Chess League. This is clearly me helping someone do support. Yeah. Live Laugh Chatbot. Oh my god, I forgot this. This is my Twitch chat. I used to stream on Twitch. And this is my chatbot. I forgot that I had this. See, this is why I'm glad I'm going through each of these, because I should make a chatbot for YouTube on a future stream. All it would do is say links. Oh yeah, because Potch and I would stream together, and so I would just show that. There's a remix of chatbot starter from someone who worked at Twitch, but that's dead now. I don't stream on Twitch anymore. Anyway, it looks like it did work because I just clicked the link where it's like, are you sure you want to leave YouTube? Yes. Boom. Big day for Casey. Shipping redirects mod on Live Laugh Vlog. You're going places, buddy. Okay, now we're in November. Season of Gratitude. Nothing too much going on. Let's open these up. I'm opening all of November up. Okay. infrequently see stranger. Ali wrote the front end of the whole engineering team pitched in on code reviews and Rubbernet. Yeah, shouts out to the whole glitch team. I don't know what this is. Whatever. Archive. Jen streaming with Anil, glitch in bio. Oh, this is when I was streaming with Anil about glitch in bio. So when, yeah, it's just a remix of glitch in bio that I edited on a stream with Anil. That's it. Okay, this is a remix of a WebXR demo. Archive that. This is another, like, remix from helping somebody. Draggy Divs is a component. You might recognize this if you've ever gone to jenschiffer.com. This is an old version of it. This is what I use for Make 8-Bit Art, jenschiffer.com. But the jenschiffer.com one is better because I think it's more accessible. This is an old version. But I will want to add this to .com and set up a redirect. Casey wrote VCL for all of us. For our sins. Nettle amused egret. Also, Posh, how's it going? What was I doing here? Was I doing common modules? I don't know. Whatever. Tide, knowing cephalopod. You know, for friendly words, the GitHub repo, a teacher had wrote an email to me being like, hey, so like, there's a lot of, here's a list of all the words and friendly words that would be hard for kids to spell. And I had to be like, and it was just all the dinosaur names. And I had to be like, oh, when we mean friendly, we mean like, doesn't have like offensive word combinations, not like your kids would pass a spelling bee about them. How's this for a test? Wow, 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 wow. Not sure what I was doing here, but it belongs in the archives. Glitch ladders. These are the career ladders at Glitch. I'm not gonna share that because it's like internal. And it's like engineering only, so it doesn't matter to me. I don't even know why it was added to it. Don't even get me fucking started on the career ladders at Glitch. Fuck. That old time, old era. Chord. Okay, we're in October now. What's going on in October? Podge is getting a new patio table and working on your code bin widget. It's patio season. Okay, October, just last month on Glitch. Okay. Let's open up. October is a short month for me on the platform. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is just probably nothing. Yeah. Handsome Sore Magnesium. What was I doing here? Oh, this is me supporting somebody. Okay, I'm gonna... First of all, I just realized I have to download I Hope You Dance. Okay, so I Hope You Dance is an album that me and Phil Calvin made. And it is, it's just, voice notes of us singing to each other throughout 2017 and 2018, and the album's called I Hope You Dance. Posh about the ladders. Let's see. I'm gonna pause the pop punk and increase the volume on loopback to see if we can hear. These are like us singing these songs. Like, okay, here's the intro. Phil's troll voicemail hating me. Oh, Reelin' in the Years by Phil.
The weekend at the college didn't turn out like you planned. The things that pass for knowledge I can't understand. Are you reeling in the years? Crawling in the dark, looking for the answers. How can you see into my eyes like open doors? I've been living a lie. There's nothing inside. Where are you? I'm so tired. Jeremy spoken. Hey Phil, it's Jen. I have Andy here.
Okay, I'm gonna... That's enough. I don't know if y'all were able to hear that. That was a fun time. Let's put pop punk back on. This is absolutely an app I'm gonna have to, and I believe all the audios and assets. I will absolutely be at. This is one of the first ones I'll be adding. Let me lower this a bit. That was. It keeps fucking going. And what was fun was I built this so that it would continue playing down. Yeah. It stops all the audio when a play button is clicked. Yeah, like this isn't like very straightforward to make. But yeah, I Hope You Dance, the debut album from Pondwater. Okay. That started because I hate receiving voicemail, and so Phil Calvin would send me voice notes, and I would start singing back at him. But I will keep this live and then set up a redirect when it's moved over. So that was October. Here September. Okay, September 2022. Well, I'll get to it. I that was the first Fastly Accelerate event I worked, because they had it in New York. They always had it in New York. Not the first one. Yes, the first one. No, not the first one. Yes, the first one. When did I take... I guess I'm trying to think. There was a time where I took a month off, August off, and I had to do jury duty as soon as I got back. But I think that was 2023. Yeah, anyway. I'm trying to get my timing right. Oh, Soft Iguana. We'll get to that. I think Soft Iguana was a remix of the kind of fire hose stream that Potch made a while before. Okay, this isn't... Didn't do anything there. Political fringe clownfish. What was happening September? Nothing really. Okay, political fringe is just a remix. Buttery galvanized stingray, probably also just another remix. Oh. Oh, I guess I was just doing support or something. Whatever. Okay, let's see if... Oh, you know what this is? This isn't a remix of your thing, but I started making... This is from, like, before... This is older than 2022. This is, like, 2018. I started making my own dashboard for, showing me live questions. Because Glitch used to have a very cool hand raise question. I was going to work on a random glitch of the last 10,000 milliseconds. I did a search and this loaded project, but this is so old that it wasn't going to like work anymore. So let's download that as a tool to care. Remember when we had to go to 3 words in friendly words? Yes. So soft iguana, that's how you know it's old. Because it's only 2 random words. This is just a wee mix of Glitch and Bio. Puddled Veil. This is... Oh, mind map. So it's just an import. Probably just for support reasons in archive. CC Lab, portfolio, testing, wow wow wow. Wow wow is another like testing hello world call, like Bugs Rock is. Oh, Puma's feeder just went off. It must be 10 to 5. I'm gonna archive that. That's not really anything. Azure Apricot Bream. I already know I want to download this, but it's like too old to care. Azure Apricot Bream is oh, I don't want to leave the dashboard. I don't want to leave the dashboard. Okay. So when so I used to have a support eng lead, Tasha. She led support. If any of you have gotten support or worked at Glitch before, you know Tasha. We love her. I talk to her every Friday. Still, we kept our one-on-ones even after she left. She left a couple of months before the acquisition. And her background is in support. She did support at Discogs before. Her background is not in code. And so one part of me managing her is weekly we get together and we would pair program so that she could learn a bit of JavaScript. And one of the things, well, I had said, I was like, if you build something, like what is something that would like solve a problem for you? And one thing is every day in the support Slack, we would post a report when we started in the queue of like how many tickets there are, stuff like that. And so Azure Apricot Bream was that tool. And so what it would have is she helped me design this. When you open up the ticket, like we used Happy Fox at the time for ticketing, and then we use Zendesk, and now it's on Salesforce, whatever the fuck. So support report generator, we would say how many types of issues, what types of issues. So it could be like custom domain broken, and then we'd say how many there were. We would add that issue, add another issue. Suspension for error. I'd be like, oh, there's 2 of those. And then we'd say how many support requests need a response. And be like, oh, and again, this is like the early before, like when the day starts report. So say like, oh, there's 20 new tickets, and then there's 3 in progress. And we click post report to Slack, and it would just post this message to Slack. And also, I think this was a randomly generated emoji, because that was kind of like the glitch way. So it used to be we would just copy and paste this and would format the message. But then I showed her how to make a Slack connection and would post a report to Slack. And so, yeah, that's Azure Apricot Bream. And we use this all the time, both in coding it in our pairing sessions, and also just in doing support. That's why I recognize that name. So yeah, that's cool. That's fun. I'm gonna archive it. Now we're into July. This is like June and July were like, I guess, the honeymoon period of acquisition. It was like, okay, we did it. There's some relief. Here is like some time to like figure out our bearings before everything, at least for me, like went to Garbagino. So we're at July. Some of these are older than July though. July, I did a really cool interview with Elvia Vasconcelos that you can read here. She did a lot of really cool sketchnoting on Glitch. And we had a really great interview, and it took me forever to transcribe it because I did it like through audio. And you all know I love to fucking talk, and so I transcribed it myself because I'm like, let me punish myself for talking too much. But yeah, that's what's going on in July. So let's open up some of these apps. Starter React, I know Erratic Snakes, Jump Jelly Acrylic, Numerous Handsome Kilometer, Make Checkbox Art, another Make Checkbox Art, probably for squatting the name. Okay. Starter React. Oh my gosh. This is part of the React Starter Kit video series that we had done. This is long before Fastly. This is using Webpack. So we did a video series. Look, that's me. I those aren't even the same teeth that I have. That's how old this is. Thanks, fam squad. Yes, this is from December 2017. That's how far back this goes. So we did a React starter kit that was a multimedia package that mixed video, text content, and code. And it walked you through like what is React. And we had developers in the video series, Florida, Justin, who ended up becoming an engineer at Glitch, come and talk about React. They're using React in their places of employment. let's, I gotta start over all the pop punk we played. Cool. Okay, yeah, so React Starter Kit, Starter React, it was multiple projects that took you through the process of building a React app. So I'm going to put that in starters. And I built those. I built the starters, I picked the guests, and I hosted the videos. And it was a fun experience. We had just moved into our own office because we used to share an office with Trello. But yeah, that was cool. Radix Snakes is a React calendar that I made. Probably for a demo or something like that. But that's fun. I'm gonna say it's not too old, but enough to care, because it's like an old Create React app. But it's always fun to, like, if you ever want to, like, challenge yourself, like, a calendar's a table. And when my prior job, when I worked at the NBA, like, I became, like, an expert on HTML tables. Like, that was, like, my thing. It was like, oh, if you have an issue with an HTML table, I was the bitch to see. And so a calendar is just a table. And so whenever I was, like, trying out something, like Create React app or anything like that, usually I'm making something that's, like, table related. Because tables are just, like, an HTML construct of spreadsheets. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, I love spreadsheets and tables. Hello Node Blank. I think this is just a remix of the starter. I'm gonna keep Erratic Snakes up. I probably should. I think I might have written a blog about linking to that, but I don't know. It's probably just a... Oh, okay. You know what? This probably tells me I was helping somebody who couldn't understand why their site was invisible, and it's because they didn't have an index.html file. So... Make checkbox art. It's like make 8bitart.com, but with checkboxes, lol. That's true. Make checkbox art was the first app I ever made. Okay, so this is a remix of Make Checkbox Art. Make-checkbox art. This is a remix of the first app I ever made on Hyperdev. When Anil was like, hey, I'm going to, I might become the CEO of Fog Creek. And I was like, well, what are you working on? And they're like, there's this thing called Hyperdev, but we're going to rename it to GoMix. And I was like, that is also a dumb name. Of course, they ended up changing it again. And so I made a pixel art, this is like a pixel art app, but it's checkboxes. And this is just a JSON of all the coordinates that are checked. Look, remix the project in GoMix. Add your own drawing. And so I remixed that to share with something that doesn't have a naked butt on it. So I'm only going to download the original. Good times. I hate forms, so why not make art? As much as I love HTML tables, I hate HTML forms. I hate them. They're ugly by default. Browsers make forms ugly by default, and so then people make them nice and ends up making them inaccessible, so they're hard to use. And if the browser vendors would just agree to make, like, the form defaults, like, nicer looking in some way, maybe we wouldn't have that issue. It's too late. The can of worms has been opened. But huge problem with forms. Try out Nix. Oh, this is who working on stuff. Just gonna archive that. This is probably me remixing a bot to figure out a way to suspend it in future copies of it. Networked A-frame. This is a remix of an app that combines A-frame with WebRTC. So if you wanted to have like multiplayer interactions in A-frame, but I think this is just a remix of me helping the folks who work on it with it. So I'm just gonna archive that. Cool. This takes us to the month of June. Halfway through this year. Being that this is not in a language that I speak, I was probably just helping somebody with support. So we can archive that. Disco Available Lily, remix of our old Hello Express app. Oh. I will tell a story about Hello Express. One day. Not right now. But one day. And this reminds me of that story. There's some things where I'm like, I'm not going to talk about it until the glitch has gone away. And Hello Express is one of those. This is just a P5 sketch. Probably imported it. This is cool. I guess I just remixed this. I'm gonna download it into my remixes folder because I didn't make it, but it's cool. And I'm gonna archive it. What else is going on? So okay. Spooky tales to come. Okay, so in the end of June, we updated our starters. I made this. I'm saving this to my desktop. I made this collage. This is one of my... Oh my gosh. One of the things that would send me into a spiral is I would write a blog post and then and it'll be like, cool, ship it. And then I'll realize that the blog requires a header image. And I would just feel so fucking defeated because I'm like, I did all the words, but for some reason, getting a header image that looked nice, that Anil liked, was so hard. And we had all these weird swirlies and things in Figma, and I would just move stuff around. And I remember making this and being like, this is the greatest piece of art that I've created in my entire life for work. It just was very the header image should be the least important part of an article, but we always built our blogs to like be visual, and so it had to like match and it couldn't be repetitive, and you can only do so much with like the glitch fish over and over again. It's yeah, it's I love this thing. I remember this. Kate said there should be a conference where all the speakers have to sit in front of a campfire with a flashlight shining on their face. I remember the old jQuery conferences. The core team, like some of the speakers would do dramatic readings of support tickets, and I'd always dreamed of like doing that. Okay, so this just updates fast. We updated the starters. Better error handling. So I guess like a try catch was added. Important. So that was what was going on in June. So now we are in May. May is when was it May 20th, 2022 was the day or week that the glitch acquisition by Fastly got announced. So like all of us in the team knew about it through the entire process, which is rare. It's very rare if you work at a startup. More often than not, you don't find out about being acquired until like the news goes out, or like the day before. I remember my first day at Fog Creek was the day that the Trello acquisition by Atlassian was official. Like, because you can get acquired, but then it has to go through like legal whatever stuff. But the Trello folks were telling me that when they came back that week about them being at their on-site and them having like a morning like meeting, like early morning, and like the first thing they saw was like a slide that was like Atlassian acquired you, and there was lots of feelings. Nobody at Glitch, the like 13 of us, I think, were surprised. We were all like involved in the process in some sense. So yeah, little inside basketball. Someone the other day said it's inside baseball. I don't play baseball. So let's get into May. Complex full later, Giant Resilient Trail, Scalped Locrian Coal. Okay. So during these weeks before the announcement, I was doing a lot of PowerPoint presentations to Fastly execs, telling them literally everything that can be known about the Glitch community, how we do support, how we do marketing, basically all the stuff that fell under my umbrella at that time, and doing a lot of demos. And Glitch in Bio was the easiest demo. So like here, I remix it. I showed how you edit an image. Hi there, Fastly. See, pretty and easy. So I feel like a lot of these are going to be remixes of easy demos I did to Fastly execs. To be like, see, look what a cool product and community we have. Don't squander it by shutting it down in only 3 years. We're gonna archive that. Here we go. Shiny Resilient Trail. Another is. Yeah, I should save one of these, right? I'll put it in archive. Just for old time's sake. Scallop Locrian Coal. Another one. Small Hallowed Playroom. Another one. Airy Famous Runner. Just a remix of the node starter. And then graph paper, which I think I've downloaded already. Let's see. Did I download graph paper? No. So this is actually one of the apps I made a very long time ago. It was, oh yeah, it was the background for the original Live Laugh blog. That's why I was showing this. And so I used this for the background Live Laugh blog, and you can see like a newer take on it here on jenschiffer.com. Reduce, reuse, recycle your shit. I'm definitely going to add this to .com. Cool. Da-da-da-da-da. We don't have too many of these to go. By the way, if you're here and you're not subscribed, subscribe. And hit the bell if you want an alert for when I go when I stream again, because I don't schedule them too far in advance, because I'm like a bird. I only fly away. Okay, here we are at April. April, probably the hardest month, because it was like we didn't know if we were being acquired. We were courting. This is like the tail end of what felt like a year-long job interview. And also, this was when I started getting sick. This is when my thyroid started to attack itself. So, shouts out April 2022. This is probably a lot of, again, like, demos to kind of be like, please look at how cool this is so you can acquire us. Please. Hello Node. I think like yeah, May was an exciting leap. Okay, May 19th. April. Okay. That's just a remix, I guess. Was that shadowed? Oh, this is a remix of Tiago Rangel's PWA starter, which is beautiful. And I know that the community took part in helping out with it. I'm gonna download this in remixes. I'm gonna archive it too. Hello React, probably just a remix. Same for this. Let's open up Rewind on them all. Hello web page. Why is it blank? Ghosts. Ghosts haunt the platform. What did I do here? Oh, I think I was helping somebody with some bar chart stuff on this one. Yeah, this is a support thing. Hello, webpage. Haunted. Let's get back to where it belongs. Hello webpage is one of the first starters. Just the webpage. And we're gonna download that into starters. Glittery rainbow yarrow. Sometimes there are mysteries that will never be solved. And that's okay. As long as there is justice. And no one's being harmed. To ignore, I don't know what I'm fucking babbling about. Glitch help. Oh, redirect. Okay. So the old help center used to be a ghost app. Like Ghost, the CMS app on Glitch. And then we moved to a proper ticketing system called Happy Fox. And we had to redirect all the help center glitch.me URLs over to the Happy Fox URLs, glitch.com/help or whatever. This is too old to care. So helpcenter.glitch.me was the original help center. That's why there's like themes. All the old illustrations and stuff. And then we moved to proper ticketing, but we had to do the redirect, so we'll keep that there. Let's see. March. Anil's links. Jen's way. This clearly was like a stream for when we launched Glitch in Bio. How many more in 2022 do I've got? A bunch more. I'm not gonna get through all of them today, but let's see. Wait, did I lose my spot? No, okay. We got through April 2022, so let's do March. We'll do March, and then I think that, well, we have more than a month to go for July 8th. So I'll definitely get through all of this by then, but I also want to, on some streams, like start migrating stuff over. I have to hit like a limit, like a deadline for when I shift over from going through these glitch apps to showing how I move stuff over and trying out different services. I'm just thinking out loud. which is great, which sounds great for a stream, me thinking out loud in dead air. And drinking water. Let's see. Let's just blow through March. Rewind. Okay, I'm gonna archive. If I archive this, it's not gonna archive here. It'll still be here. That's fine. Bronze, Glacier Stallion. Splendid. Neil's Links, Jen's Way. So I think we had done a stream where or maybe this was during a Fastly pre-acquisition meeting where I was streaming and was calling Neil out in it. I'm gonna download that out of nostalgia. And archive it. This is my old website. Hi, I'm Jen Money Dollars. An artist in Jersey City on purpose and glitch community engineer at Fog Creek. My visual art has been described as neon abstract pixel erotica, and my text side has been described as your eyes are awful, like you are also awful. That's actually something a guy on Twitter said to me. He said my eyes are awful, like you are also awful. And that guy looked like a fucking potato. Okay? I will admit, if anybody who's ever roasted my appearance has been way less hotter than I've been. But yeah, this is my old site. That's cool. I'm glad I saved that. Oh gosh, I lost my place in the dashboard. There we go. No! Oh gosh. Devastating. Oh no. Did I rate limit myself? I think I did it. I think I rate limited myself. Well. Yep. Well, this is a good time as ever to stop the stream. It's been a while since I've done that, because, you know, once I quit, I wasn't opening a bunch of tabs to do support and stuff. But I know exactly, this is exactly what happens whenever I glitch too close to the sun. So, yeah. Okay. I think that's a fine time to end anyway. Let me make a note that we did, today's June 3rd, and we did the 12th through up till March. And the last thing I did was my 2017 website. Cool. Let me check my calendar. I don't think I have anything tomorrow beyond work stuff and aerial yoga. So I'll stream again tomorrow. yeah. And then we'll finish the rest of 2022. And yeah. Gosh, this is so many fucking projects. The good news is that I have most of them downloaded already because of Pomax's script, which, by the way, if you go to the forum again, you can do bulk downloading. Oh, look at this. Pomax, the legend, bumped the max to 1,000. Cool. Great. So I'm going to actually... There we go. I'm gonna update that. And run it, because I have my oldest 400, but not the newer ones. So I do have all that. I will, by in the next half hour, have all of my glitch apps on my computer. I just like going through these to pick out which ones like should exist. And triaging them, because if I just download everything and leave it as is, you see I archive a lot of like remixes and support related stuff. I'm really trying to triage the ones that need to be kept alive, and I've got a good mix of them. I have to figure out the node app situation, and it's probably going to be setting up a droplet on DigitalOcean with a node server to try to get all of them running. Yeah, so I want to do that on stream so y'all can see. I'm also going to make a video of me running Pomax's script on a test account, because I have some friends who are not developers. They probably know what Python is, but they don't know what it looks like, and they probably have never used their terminal. And so this export tool, while it's great for people who have like developer experience, I want to make a video to show folks to make it seem less intimidating to them. That won't be on a live stream. That'll just be like a plain video I edit. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I'm going to go... What's on my to-do list? Oh, I'm working on... the Bugs Rock store is like a static HTML site. I want to move it to... I want to make it an 11t page. 11t site, because I want to do the store product listings as like pages. Anyway, I'm using third-party JavaScript widgets for the e-commerce stuff, and that means I can make my own separate pages and control the URLs and all that kind of stuff. So I just want to set the infrastructure up for that. So I'm going to work on that today. I have to check my spam inbox. I'm looking at my to-do list right now. I have to check my spam folder for my blood work results to see if that's where it ended up, because everything from that place ends up in spam. And I have to start drafting some comm stuff for the launch of Bugs Rock, my candle store. So, yeah. And then pet Puma Greg, most importantly. If you were here early, you got to catch Puma Greg. He's resting upon the windowsill now that they've finally done sanding the gate outside, just in time for me to end my stream. Like and subscribe. Hit the alert bell if you want alerts, because I've not been consistent on when I schedule this stuff. And I will more likely than not see you tomorrow. Probably 3 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, I also post on Mastodon and Blue Sky when I'm going live. All my info's on jenschiffer.com. Okay. I'm also going to change out of my gross gym clothes. That's the other thing. Have a great day. See you tomorrow on glitch.com. Bye.